Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be predicting the Premier League score predictions for Matchday 14. We're continuing with the series that we've been doing for the past couple of weeks, so it's going really well so far, so keep on leaving a like and also subscribe if you're not already. So I am joined with a special guest now today. And yeah, we're just going to get straight into it with Crystal Palace against Liverpool. Liverpool doing well in their last match, beating Tottenham 2-1. And then I think West Ham drew with Crystal Palace 1-1. So far, Crystal Palace currently in 12th place, so around mid-table, with getting about 50-50 with 5 wins, 5 losses and 3 draws. So obviously against Liverpool, which are now currently top of the table, it will be a very hard match for Crystal Palace. So I am going to say that Liverpool are going to win this one 2-0.
Okay, yeah. Well, my thoughts on that. Palace, they've got a good energy about them and they are pretty well organised, but I don't think that they're as industrious as they could be. I don't think they convert as much as they ought to. And then when you look at Liverpool, I mean, you look at the squad, and as Jose Mourinho points out, they haven't got as many injuries as they like to play on. Yeah, okay, Van Dijk's out, get that, but Crimey River, we've all got injuries. I have it down as Palace 1, Liverpool 3.
Okay. So we've now got Southampton against Manchester City next. Manchester City getting a draw to West Brom in their previous game, and also the game before that was a 0-0 draw with Manchester United. So Manchester City not been doing the best this season. Definitely should be winning games that they're not. And they are against Southampton, which so far this season has surprised probably a lot of people, currently in 3rd place in a Champions League spot. And they have only lost 1 in their last 5 games. They've been able to score 25 goals this season so far in 13 games. So I think Southampton will be able to win this game 2-1.
Okay, all right. I think absolutely Southampton. We've had a good start, undoubtedly. I think what I'd say about Southampton is they're beating the teams that they should be beating. I think when you look at the big 6, as you would classically think of it, I don't think they've done as well against some of the bigger hitters. Like, I can't remember some of the results now, but I'm fairly certain that there were a couple of games in there where they've played the big 6 and they've not come out smelling of roses. You're absolutely spot on about City. I don't think anybody's showing any consistency this season at all whatsoever. It's been an odd one. But I don't know. I just think when you look at City's squad, there is an undeniable class. Kevin De Bruyne, what an amazing talent he is. Can't fault that lad. I actually have it as Southampton might start remembering that they're Southampton in this game, without wanting to upset any Southampton fans. Sorry, James. I've actually put that one down as a bit of a resurgence here as Southampton 0 and City 4.
Oh, right. Okay, so next up, we've got your team Everton against Arsenal, and Arsenal have been so far terrible this season. They've obviously the draw against Southampton, Aubameyang only scoring about 3-4 goals so far this season, which is not good enough for a top striker like him.
One of those was in his own net as well.
and then also just they lost 2-0 in the North London derby as well, which obviously the fans would not be happy about. And then just really all of the other little games that they should have easily have won, they've just not come away with 3 points. Everton started the season very well before dropping down to about 8th place, but now they're coming back up again with 2 wins in their last 2 games. Currently now in 5th place. So Everton so far been able to score 23 goals and conceding 18, where Arsenal have only been able to score 11 goals and conceding 16, which for a top Premier League club that people would think about them as, just in 13 games, 11 goals is not good enough for such a top club. So I'm not sure if Arsenal will book up their ideas for this game, but I have got it written down as Everton 3, Arsenal 1.
Ooh, not far off actually. Yeah, Everton did start the season pretty well. There were quite a lot of high hopes attached to it. I'm not going to cry on about injuries, although we are missing quite a few key players. We don't have a left back or a right back at the moment. And last night we picked up a knock on Allen. His looks like he's pulled his hamstring. Hopefully nothing worse. So hopefully it's not a tear. But he's been that industrious player in front of the back four that's been steadying the ship a little bit, covering that back four. And without that, I think that we could struggle a little bit here. However, that being said, where it's going to be won and lost in midfield, there's only one thing that I enjoy watching more than Everton this season so far, and that's Arsenal fan TV. Oh, and Paddy Power fan reactions after watching Arsenal TV. Wow, Arsenal, the gift that keeps on giving. Again, well, I was going to say sorry, Arsenal fans, but it's funny when you get riled up. Gives us all a chuckle. Kicking chairs over and stuff. Historically speaking, Arsenal have been a bit of a bogey team for Everton. I've seen games where a 6-1 defeat's come our way and it's flattered them. However, that being said, the run of form and the way it's going through Arsenal at the moment, and with the changes that we've got in our squad, I still see that we can shore that midfield up. I can see DCL getting another goal, and I've got Everton 2, Arsenal 1.
Okay, right. So next up is Newcastle against Fulham. Fulham started the season off not being able to score any goals, just like the last time they were in the Premier League. I think they were the lowest goal scoring team and also conceded the most goals as well. They have conceded 22 so far this season, and they've managed to score 12 goals, so average about one goal per game, and then obviously conceding 2 goals per game. They are up against Newcastle, which again have been currently 14th place. They've won 5, lost 5, and conceded more than they are scoring. So I do think that Fulham have started being quite good now in the Premier League. They've only lost 2 in their last 5 games, drawing 2 and then winning 1. And then Newcastle have only won 2 in their last 5 as well. So I am going to go for a 1-1 draw here, but I do think that Newcastle might be able to just win this one, but I think Fulham will be able to hold on to a 1-1 draw and pick up a point.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there. I couldn't make my mind up around 1-1 or maybe Newcastle 1-0. I can't see it being a very high scoring game. I can't see it being the best game in the world to watch either, with all the best of interest. I do feel like there might be a little bit of a blowback. Newcastle just got a drumming, didn't they? 5-2 from Leeds. I mean, Fulham, what can you say? I think if I'm not mistaken, Paddy Power paid out on Fulham getting relegated after only 3 games. if anyone had put a bet on that, they got the winnings after 3 games. But they have upturned a bit. They are picking up, but I still can't quite see that the quality is there enough. And I think I've got it down as Newcastle 1, Fulham 0. I agree, it could be 1-1, but I'll go with 1-0.
Okay. So next up is Brighton against Sheffield United. Now, Sheffield United not managing to win a game so far in the 12 games that they have played. They've drawn 1 with 1 point, and then obviously lost their last, I don't even know, 10 games probably. They've conceded 21 goals and only scored 5. Now, I keep on saying in previous episodes that Sheffield United, I've always predicted them to lose, and then I do keep on saying that they will eventually be able to pick up a point at some time. I do think this is actually going to be this game. Brighton currently 16th. They've conceded 21 goals as well. They have scored 3 times more than Sheffield have. But Brighton have been playing well in the matches that I've watched them. I watched the Liverpool game where they picked up a point there and then played quite well. So I do think that with Brighton playing how they're doing, they should win this game. But they've not been able to score with their chances that they have been given. So I am going to go for another 1-1 draw.
Okay. I think with Brighton, it depends on the day. There are signs of some good stuff in there, but it very much depends on the mindset and pretty much the formation and the system that's in play with them. Sheffield United, the form speaks for itself, doesn't it? There's not much I can really say on either of them, to be honest. I've just put it down as a 0-0 draw. I can't really see that being a fantastic game to watch. I'd say it's going to be another scrappy one, and maybe a set player is going to make the difference if it goes either way. But I'll go 0-0.
Right. So next up is Tottenham against Leicester. Now, Leicester in their last game, they managed to beat Sheffield United. Sheffield United did score 1 goal against Leicester, but obviously Leicester winning it 2-1 in the end. And Tottenham they lost to Liverpool 2-1, and Tottenham have been obviously contenders for the title. Obviously, just dropping to second place after Liverpool beat them, and Leicester have also been quite good as well this season. They've scored 24 goals. Tottenham have scored 25 goals, so there's not much in it there. Spurs have conceded just a few more less goals than Leicester have, but I do think that with Harry Kane and Son for Spurs, and then Jamie Vardy for Leicester, and the formation and the tactics that Leicester use, I do think that this will be quite a high scoring game. So I ended up going for another draw with 2-2.
Spurs, they certainly look good when they're going forward, especially catching people on the break. People that put that Kane and Son want to score an assist and to return the favour. They've pulled the bookies' pants down a couple of times with that one, which is always nice. We like to beat the bookie. Leicester, they're a really well-drilled team. I think that the difference for Leicester at the moment is going to be Maddison. He's a really class player. That being said, Spurs and Leicester, I kind of see them both as good as each other on the day. As it happens, I've also gone 2-2.
Oh, right. Okay. So Next up is Manchester United against Leeds. Now, Leeds, of course.
That's a tasty one. You be looking forward to that one, Ayol?
Yeah. Leeds were winning 5-2 against Newcastle, and Manchester United, I think, well, they're playing Burnley now at the moment. So they did draw their last game, but then did win their previous 4 games after that. Manchester United didn't start that well in the season, but then they have started picking up lots of goals with Bruno Fernandes, and then I think Edison Cavani's come on off the bench and scored some winning goals as well. So I have gone just for a Manchester United win for this game. But of course, it really depends if Manchester United will, on the day, will just want to smash Leeds like 5-0, or if it's going to be like a very close game. So I have gone for Manchester United to win this 2-1. I think Bruno Fernandes will probably get a penalty and score in this game.
Yeah, like I say, this is a tasty one. I can't imagine anybody getting decent odds on both teams to score, even both teams to score in both halves. There's goals written all over this one, I feel. United, it depends who turns up on the day, but I think with a fixture like this, there's no love lost between United and Leeds. Ollie really needs to be drilling that home, drive that home into those lads and get them with a rocket up their arse when they go out. I think it could be a wide open game, end-to-end stuff. I think this one's one to watch. Leeds, in all honesty, they've really impressed me so far this season. Their engine room they just don't stop running. They don't give up on anything. They don't stop running. They beat us and they deserve to. Absolutely. I don't know if anyone watched the Leeds Newcastle game last night. You just see the threat straight away. It's they've got the desire, the hunger. And if you've seen the 5th goal from Harrison, that's a peach. You dream of them. I think results wise, so I've got the same result. However, I've gone for 3-2 to United. I think there's goals written all over this. Could even be more.
Okay, so now we're going to go on to West Brom against Aston Villa. West Brom, obviously 19th place currently at the moment, with only 1 win so far this season, 4 draws. And they're against Aston Villa, which started off well in the season. They're now in 11th place. And the goals that Aston Villa have scored, they've scored 21 so far and conceded only 13. And then West Brom have conceded 26. So when you look at that, you definitely think Aston Villa should be able to win this one. But I think it will be quite a tight game, just like when Aston Villa played Wolverhampton Wanderers. They managed to get that penalty right at the last minute, and then Aston Villa won 1-0. And but West Brom have also had some close results against some top teams as well. But I do think Aston Villa will just be able to win this one, but it'll be very close. So I've gone for West Brom 0 and Aston Villa 1.
Okie dokie, yeah. Did you say that Villa have scored 21 goals? Was it so far?
Yeah,
21.
Yeah.
Let's all remember that 7 of those were against Liverpool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've got to mention that, haven't I?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This one's been a difficult one for me to get my head around, really. Obviously, West Brom have just gotten rid of Slaven Bilic, who I don't really think he deserved to lose his job. It's just a very cutthroat industry at the moment, the Prem. I don't think that the results have reflected the way that they've played not in all of them anyway. They have put in some fairly decent performances. But there again, Villa, they're playing well as well. I've not looked at any injury lists or anything with regards to this match. So I'm not entirely certain, but on the way that I've seen the two play thus far, I've gone for West Brom 1 and Villa 1.
Okay, so moving on to next to the last match, and this is going to be Burnley against Wolves. Burnley currently only losing 1 in their last 5 games. Of course, they beat Arsenal, and then also they've picked up a couple of draws in their last few games as well. And they're playing Wolves, which have they've managed to get 2 wins in their last 5 matches. So Wolves definitely are the favourites probably for this game, but Burnley on the day, they can play really well. So I don't think that anyone will be able to score in this game. I think there'll be quite a few chances for both teams, but I think both teams will just be able to play really well. And then I'm just going to say for a goalless draw.
Yeah, that's probably not too bad a shout, actually, to be fair. Burnley, it depends on the day what you get. I never really know about Burnley. Some days they turn up and surprise people. Great manager. Always pretty well drilled, especially defensively. Doesn't always pay off for them, though, because people get wise to you. Speaking of great managers, though, Nuno for Wolves, what a guy. Love that man. Massive respect. I think the way I've looked at it, who did they lose? They lost Jota, Rondon. Yeah, I actually had it down originally as Burnley 0, Wolves 2. I think on balance, I'd probably head for that. But I would not be surprised at a goalless draw.
Right, yeah, I think still Raul Jimenez is injured as well with his head injury. So
I forgot about. Oh Christ, yeah, I forgot all about that. You could hear it, like on the telly.
So definitely,
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that could well actually make a big difference. He's a key player for them, Jimenez. Actually, I'd probably change to a 0-0 draw as well.
Right. So last game is Chelsea against West Ham. Chelsea did lose to Wolves 2-1 in their previous game, and then West Ham drew 1-1 with Palace. And currently West Ham in 7th, Chelsea in 6th, and they've both scored the same amount and both conceded the same amount. So it's going to be a very tight game. Of course, Chelsea have got lots of firepower in their side with all of their signings that they did get in the summer. But West Ham have also been playing very well so far this season. I predicted them to be low down in 16th place at the moment from when I did my prediction on the Premier League table. And there is only, as well as one placement separating them, there is also 1 point separating them, Chelsea on 22 points and West Ham on 21 points. So I do think Chelsea will be able to score 2, and I think West Ham will be able to just find 2 goals as well from somewhere to make it a draw, seeing how well they have been playing so far this season. So I've gone 2-2.
Chelsea, they have had a couple of poor results, I suppose you'd call them. They lost against good old Everton. Grand old team to play for. However, I would say that those couple of defeats that they've just suffered, I'd say they're uncharacteristic. As you mentioned, the firepower that they've got. If it's been a really bizarre season so far, I think we'll all agree. No fans in the stadium, and you can see the effect that it's had. Nobody can defend at the moment.
Yeah.
completely mad. I suppose when you've got 40 odd thousand people shouting "man on" at you, you pay a bit more attention to what you're doing.
Yeah.
I just think that Chelsea going forward in this, if at the beginning of the season, well, not at the beginning, but once we had all of these kind of like interruptions and stuff, and you start looking at squads, I think if I had to be pushed for a league winner, I'd probably have gone Chelsea. And I'm still, I don't know, I'm still thinking that could still wind up being the case. Moyes is doing a really good job with West Ham, in all fairness to him. If I remember rightly, I mean, again, when you look back at like playing some of the bigger teams, they beat Leicester, they drew with Spurs, and they've drawn with City. So they're picking up points in the right places. But I just think that Chelsea are probably likely to undo them. I've gone for Chelsea 3, West Ham 0.
Okay, right. So that's it for match day 14. It's the last match day before Christmas, before they all play again on Boxing Day. So thanks for coming on.
No problem at all. And don't forget, the best gift you're going to get before Christmas is Everton beating Arsenal, and you get to watch some more Arsenal fan TV.
So I will see you in my next Premier League prediction for matchday 15 for after Christmas, and I will see you all then. Bye.
Okay, thanks, Ollie.